Howdy and welcome back to Fang. Now this is gonna be my breakdown and review of Toy Story 5. Now if you haven't seen it yet, I'll leave a spoiler warning right now, even though we are not gonna get too much into detail until we get towards the end, which is gonna be my what I thought of the movie, which we'll get into that later. So the movie starts with a boat, a trailer boat, crash landing into an island, and then we find all the buses. Now this is a weird take because I thought there was gonna be somewhat like Bonnie playing with the toys, or I don't know, a flashback from Andy, but we didn't. It was that I think it's the first movie that didn't start with some type of playtime. I don't remember if the first one didn't start, but so far this one wasn't. Then we go through Bonnie playing and the wedding with Forky and I believe it's Knife, which is the wife that Bonnie made. Then we move on to her feeling left out of playing with other kids, so she gets sad and the parents get her the new lily pad. And then that gets us to the main part of the movie, which is basically Bonnie trying to fit with other kids, but because the technology has invaded the lives of kids, she needs technology to be able to connect with other kids, while Jessie and the toys try to get her to play with other people using her toys, but they find out that they need a special kid that is not as affected by technology or prefers to play with toys that has a lot of imagination, which if you really think about it, is like a double standard of what's going now in the world, where people are connected to these little devices that dictate everything, like social media and all, probably from the same device that you're watching me right now, which click away once you finish the video, not right now, or at least not until you subscribe. Then you can leave your phone and rejoin normal life. Anyway, the story basically gets us the story basically follows Jessie as she has to relive her trauma, leaving Emily and going to the same place that she was, the same house, as she's reluctant to do because she has a trauma, so she doesn't want to relive that. And when she gets to the new owner, we get that Bunny is going back to get Jessie.
Slink, talk to me.
Hard to hear. A lot of commotion.
I bet they're arguing over getting rid of us.
Oh, are we getting donated?
Donuts.
No, sweetie. Donated. Wow, I love her, but this is gonna be hard.
Shh, quiet. I hear something. Like tiny footsteps. Oh, kind of cute.
Go! Bonnie's coming!
Come on, Mom.
Oh no, Lily's going too.
Hold on, Bonnie. I'm sure your toys.
All right, Buzz, you gotta stay here. I'm going with them.
Why? Why just you?
Look, I just have more field experience than you, that is all.
But she rejects her, which brings all the trauma back of feeling left out from Emily, and she blames herself from her being the reason that she is being given out, and not for other absences like the technology or Bonnie being left out. She gives her blame, and then she realizes that while she's with other kid, that there's kids out there that are still playing with toys, and that's the person that Bonnie needs to connect with so that she can play with toys and leave the technology away. Again, the lesson here is basically that the technology is getting rid of kids' imaginations and self-doubt and being able to rely on themselves and not having to deal with these machines. Again, it's a great message, and I follow it by not being constantly in one of these machines. And in my review of what I thought of the movie, so I've always gone to movies being like, okay, you have the movie as it is, and then if it's connected to anything else, like a franchise or anything, for this example, Toy Story, I connected a little bit to the wider universe and the movies that came before. In that sense, I think that Pixar and Disney dug themselves into a hole by creating this movie, because the same message, the same thing that the toys already have learned before, that it's okay to move on and they don't have to blame themselves, because it's not them that they're it's not them that's causing kids to leave them, is that the kids are just moving on, and the toys need to do that as well. They need to move on to another kid. They need to relive that life. And it's also the same fear in all the movies that the toys have about being forgotten. And this is the same message that the Pixar theory is based on: remembering and memories. I felt like that was already learned in the third and fourth movie. I thought those two made a really good case for being able to live with that in their minds and be like, okay, this is something that's gonna happen. I am going to be forgotten, but it's okay. I'll just move on to the next. And that's part why it's the same lesson that Woody learned in the fourth movie, is that okay, his kid is Sandy. He can't have another kid like, he's not gonna have another kid that likes him that much, that plays with him that much. So his kid is Andy. As the same with Jessie. Emily was probably her kid, and we can see at the end that she still remembers her, and she even named her new kid after Jessie, and that's what gives Jessie like the okay, she remembers me, that she actually meant something to her. Even though I think this was a good movie to Jessie to learn this, and her trauma to, in a way, finally go away. I mean, they already did this movie, and at the end of this movie, they left it wide open. They didn't close any doors like the previous two. So now, even though I'm not gonna want a new one, they're gonna have to release a new one to be able to close it. And after this, I don't know where they go. I mean, they already did all the kids leaving us, the moving on, the acceptance, and there's not really anywhere to go. Even Boss, even though he had a redeeming moment by explaining to the other bosses that he is a toy and that toy's purpose is to be played with, I don't know, man. I think that they have already done everything like that. They again, like what happened in the fourth movie, they pushed everyone out except Jesse, Woody, and Buzz. I mean, for the good part is that now they actually added another person, another toy. But it's the same thing. They just keep leaving all the other toys behind. And if you saw my video of the recap, you saw that I included a lot of funny moments that are not even the main people. That are not even the main three. So it's just annoying that they just make money. They just make movies to make money. At some point, they're just gonna have to learn to not make any more movies, and that they should just be okay closing chapters, closing franchises. That's a good lesson to learn. Not okay, we made a really good, great movie, we need to make another one. No, that's not how it works sometimes. Sometimes it's just a great movie with a beautiful message, even if it's to kids. Like Toy Story franchise is to kids. I'm an old person to go watch it, but the whole franchise was meant for kids, and it's still meant for kids. And you can see that because movie has no pause. It just goes through. It also lacks a lot of spacing. There's no spacing in between, it just moves on, nothing goes to each other. In other movies, actions actually move the characters into different scenes, into different places. This movie doesn't. The movie is just, okay, this is what's happening, this is the resolution. I hope you get the message. That's it. It lacked everything. Even Forky, the new character that was introduced in the last movie, we didn't see anything. Just 1, 2 words. That's it. They need to, if they're gonna make another one, they have to include everyone, not just one toy, not another. And once we go towards the new one, I feel like a good way to go is actually separate everyone, make everyone go to their own owner, the owner that really needs them. Like Woody, Woody left Andy, his door was closed, so he moved on to help other toys. Here with Jessie, she was being forgotten, she was being left out, so she made it so that her kid found a kid. That's good. That means that Bonnie is most likely Jessie's toy. Probably for it can be another one for Boss being able to go to new toys and be, hey, you're a toy, this is your purpose. Maybe that's a good movie. Maybe that's the movie that they need to make. But they need to make it clear that it's not with anyone else. It's a Boss movie. Kind of like the shorts that they do, but just Boss and an actual movie. I mean, they already did the movie inside a movie about a toy in a movie. So complicated, but yeah, they need to make, if they need, so here's my pitch for it next one, if they make one, which again I don't think they should either do a actual Boss movie where it's his movie and he goes around brand new toys, and tells them what they are and their purpose, and what do they mean to a kid, and what does that look like. Or they should make a movie about all the toys that we've known, that we've been following, and finding a new an owner like they are. Like maybe you bring Rex to a paleontology professor and their kid who's into dinosaurs somehow. Then you go into a person that a kid that likes collecting money, and then for Stinky you get, I don't know, someone that likes dogs. The only thing is that, as this movie showed, Woody is fine right now where he is, and then Jesse can't be separated from both sides because they make a great team and they're together. And then the rest of the toys, we don't really know what's going on with them because ever since the third one, we've basically not been with them and we've not following their story. So they need to either do a boss one or a toys one where every toy's connected. Well, as you can see, I pretty much didn't like this one, but it was a good movie. Yeah, I still recommend it. But with that knowledge that it's not gonna be great, because even as a movie by itself, it wasn't great. As I said, it lacked spacing. Well, that's my review and breakdown of the movie. If you want to see anything more, click that like button and subscribe. And go check out my other videos about Toy Story or movies in general. They've been doing great. So, yeah, see you guys in the next one.